here's another hunting tip from Dylan and Cody.
Hey there.
Oh, jeez.
Cody here. And my friend, buddy Dill over here. Say hi to the camera, Dill.
I'm Dill.
We would like to talk to you about proper baiting techniques. Now we hope this video doesn't go out because supposedly you're not supposed to be baiting the deer.
Baiting is technically illegal. So is what me and my buddy Cody do is we throw the food out, or whatever it is, and don't call it anything. And that makes it legal.
That is how it's legal. That's how we get Southeast Iowa. Alright?
Big mature whitetail.
I mean, I got pulled over by the DNR the other day and he said, hey, I have reason to believe you've been baiting the deer. And I'm like, what is baiting? And because he was a DNR officer, he didn't know the answer to that. So I got away with it.
And that's why you don't call it anything.
Okay, anyways, back to where we were at. Some people like to use the
people think that the new stuff works better. But how me and Cody get the big bucks, the big ones, is by, we'll get to that later actually. Anyways, people say that come here deer,
just because it sounds cool doesn't mean it works.
And the reason they call it come here deer is it's like, hey, come here deer. That, and it rhymes too. But just because it rhymes doesn't mean anything. And the reason that it's not worth it is because, as you can see, the price tag says $40. Right there. $39.99, I'm sorry.
$39.99, not worth it.
So, basically, we like to get rid of it.
Yep. Come here deer out of here.
And the second thing is, people really like acorns. Acorns are not terrible.
I mean, they can work, but we're not going to get big, mature Southeast Iowa bucks using acorns.
No.
Is what it comes down to. The only two techniques that
we have found to work.
Yeah. First of all, we're going to go with my technique. Alright. I like to use pub mix. Now, this is a savory blend of crunchy snacks. Mainly made for humans. Supposedly. I throw a good gallon of this. Right? Yep. Come on now. Daddy's. Yep. I like to throw a good gallon of this out in front of my stand. And, you know, it tends to work sometimes. That's how I get the big, like that buck right there, pub mix. And
brought to you by Pub Mix. Now, I think we're going to head on over to my favorite,
pub mix.
Which is not my favorite. Now, my favorite is, and I'll tell you why it's my favorite, is because it works. And Cody is the only person that I've ever shared this with, but I like to share my success with other people. Now, my favorite would be steel barn chain oil, mainly used for chainsaws, and
Dill and I run a pretty big chainsaw company. Oh, not me personally. Dylan runs a chainsaw company. Dylan here has a chain business, and from what I understand, he got this idea because he said, hey, maybe deer will come to oil.
You know, honestly, is what I was thinking is, if the chainsaw likes it so much, why wouldn't a deer? So how I tested this first is I had my 3-year-old son drink a little of it, and he puked. So I said, hey, maybe the deer won't puke. So what I like to do is just twist the cap and just pour some out. Just really get the stuff moving. Then I go through about...
You tend to pour it out when you're at the top of the stand. You don't pour it out on the ground.
No. And I also like to mix some urine with it.
Human urine is the best mix.
And, you know, really, overall, me and Cody's, our techniques are they're really panning out for us. We're killing big bucks, like, all over the place, like these.
Look at this big buck right here we got. This is our right here. 1, 2, 3 on one side. That's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's even more. This was a big Southeast Iowa buck, and we killed it and let it rot. That's why the head is like this. We said we're not even. No.
We're not wall mounting it because the reason I don't want to wall mount a world-class buck like this is because I like to feel it, you know? I like to feel its teeth. I like to get where the brain was. Just dig in a little.
Put your finger in there.
Just look. It's like I can hold it. I can really feel the mass of this buck. Anyways, it's a real important buck to me, and I like to be safe with it. So I lock it up at night and I keep it safe because a buck like this can range from a couple $100 to a couple million. And the reason that is because white-tailed deer in Southeast Iowa.
Southeast Iowa white-tailed deer.
Yeah, baby. They're the best.
They're really good deer. And you're not gonna technically. The only way you're gonna call it a big deer like this. Technics. And.
Barn chain steel lubrication.
And cut.